So we have our lovely sailback Dimetrodon, but what else could we see? Hello and welcome back to Tricolor Gaming with me, Fletcher. And in today's video, I'm going to be pitching to all of you ideas for two new creature packs with a non-Mesozoic era twist. Before we get started, don't forget to give us all a like and subscribe for more content from all of us at Tricolor Gaming. So let's get started. So far, all of our creature packs have included animals from the Mesozoic era, that is the Triassic, the Jurassic and the Cretaceous period, the 150 million years where dinosaurs were prevalent. Well, what about if we expanded our range of animals from before that time? Let's start with ground animals. There is a huge range of exotic prehistoric creatures from the Permian period that we could have alongside our Dimetrodon. So I want to introduce what I'm calling the Permian Pack DLC. First is the other great sailbacked animal from the period, EDAPHOSAURUS. Coming from Texas, this animal is a large herbivore that was around at the same time as the predatory Dimetrodon. It could grow up to 3.5 meters long and had a large sail on its back that had a different shape to that of Dimetrodon's, and it's suggested that these were primarily for display amongst its species. I could imagine it having some very nice skin patterns in game, and it would be cool to have the natural prey for our sailback carnivore in game too. Next is the enormous bulbous herbivore Scutosaurus. This huge armoured animal comes from the late Permian and hails from Russia. In fact, if it was added to the game, it would be one of the first animals to be added in-game from Russia. Scutosaurus was huge for the time, at least 3 meters long and weighing over a ton. This armoured herbivore was basically a huge tortoise, which would be cool to see in-game, especially around other armoured animals like the ankylosaurs. But what about something with more teeth? Probably one of the most infamous animals from this time period would be the predators, the GORGONOPSIDS. These huge predators ranged in size, but the largest could reach around 3 meters long and weigh about a ton. They are famous for having very long saber teeth, which would make them adept and deadly killers. INOSTRANCEVIA represents the biggest species of Gorgonopsids, if you wanted a name to the face, and comes from similar areas of Russia to the Scutosaurus. It's likely that the giant armoured animal was on the menu. In game, the Gorgonopsid would probably walk around like the Indoraptor, and would probably have fairly normal skins and patterns, although I could see it having a unique kill animation with those huge saber teeth. As a final fourth animal for our land pack, we have another carnivore, a member of the brilliantly named THEROCEPHALIA family. These were smaller carnivores than the Gorgonopsids, but had the same saber teeth, just in a smaller fashion. An example for this is the GLANOSUCHUS, a 2 meter long animal that comes from South Africa. There are two features of the GLANOSUCHUS which make it quite an interesting animal for the synapsids. It's one of the few animals of the time to demonstrate being warm-blooded, and it shows development of middle ear bones, which are vital for hearing. In-game, I can imagine this having some very decorative skins and animations like a raptor, fast, aggressive and maybe a pack hunter. So that's what I'm calling the Permian pack, but that's pack 1. So for the second pack, let's dive under the ocean. Given that life started in the seas, there is a great range of animals that we could see added. So I've come up with this pre-Mesozoic era aquatic pack. Looking at eras that are not just the Permian, we have some very cool animals. First, and I think one that a lot of people would love to see, is the DUNKLEOSTEUS. This huge armoured fish could grow up to about 8 meters long and weigh around 4 tons. Found around North America, Belgium and Morocco, it's infamous for the scary image of its fossilized head, complete with armoured eyes and huge searing sections of bone teeth in its jaws. This sea monster would be cool to see in game, something akin to the mosasaurs, but of the fish variety. Next is the strange shark STETHACANTHUS. I've included it here because the strange anvil-like protrusion on its head makes it a bit unusual, and would distinguish it from looking just like a normal shark. Its size would be similar to the already present Ichthyosaurus. Next is the huge fish TITANICTHYS. Another armoured fish like the DUNKLEOSTEUS, the TITANICTHYS is not a huge carnivore, it's instead a filter feeder and would be the first of its type in game. A purely non-aggressive aquatic animal, I think it would make a good addition to the lagoons, considering that everything we have currently is pretty aggressive and pretty carnivorous. But then it could also serve as prey for our DUNKLEOSTEUS. The final animal on my list that I would include comes from a time period far before anything else. The CAMEROCERAS is a huge relative of the nautilus and ammonites, and is a member of the orthocone family. This animal dates from around 460 million years ago and could have grown up to 9 meters long. This animal would stand out just because it's very unusual with that huge straight cone shell and that massive tentacled head. I think it would just be cool to have an animal that looks very different to those that we already have for the lagoons. So that was 2 ideas for 2 new different animal pack DLCs for Jurassic World Evolution 2. Let me know down in the comments which of the 2 packs you would prefer to have, and what ideas do you have for future DLC animals. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe if you're new for more content from all of us, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay safe and goodbye.